What is up guys, A7 Snipes here, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing an AC Milan takeover as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Of course, he's a club legend and a retired footballer, but we converted him to a manager, and we're gonna be trying to complete 3 objectives: winning the Serie A, winning a domestic cup, and the hardest of them all, the Champions League, which Zlatan has never won in his career. So let's see if he could do it as manager. So as of now, this is how our team is looking like. I think there's room for improvement in different positions, so I think we need to make those changes so that we can compete against the bigger clubs. So let's let Zlatan cook. So Zlatan has finished all his phone calls and a new team is here. We got Antoine Griezmann as our striker from Atletico de Madrid. We got Rodrigo from Real Madrid as our right winger. And Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United as our attacking midfielder. Odegaard from Arsenal as our center mid. Ruben Diaz from Manchester City as our center back. And finally Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen as our right wing back. And now our team is looking good. And even our super subs are pretty decent also. This team is now strong enough to compete against those bigger clubs and the top competitions we're gonna be playing in. So I'm expecting a lot from this team. So let's not disappoint. So our first game of the season is against Bologna in the Serie A. But for things to go faster, and also so we have no effect in the results, we're gonna be simulating until the end of the season. So I'll see you there. So it's finally June, meaning that the season has finished. Hopefully we did good and won a lot of trophies. But now let's go see how we did in the competitions we played in. And in the Serie A, we ended up being third with 38 games played, 25 wins, 6 draws, and 7 losses, and a total of 81 points. We're 11 points from first, which is Juventus, and it's pretty disappointing to be honest. There shouldn't be a massive gap from first and third, so this is a bad start. And to make matters worse, we lose the Coppa Italia final against Juventus. There is no way. We could have won a trophy, but we didn't. But now let's go see if we won the Champions League. And we don't. But Benfica win it 3-0 against Leipzig. That's a bit surprising. In our group, we ended up being second with only 1 win, 5 draws, and 0 losses. That's kind of crazy. PSG ended up being first, with Newcastle going to Europa League and Borussia Dortmund completely eliminated from European football. In the round of 16, we absolutely obliterate Atletico de Madrid 6-1 in aggregate, and then in the quarterfinals, we beat Napoli 2-4, but then in the semis, we lose against Leipzig 3-5 in aggregate. I did not think we were that close to being in the final, so I'm actually pretty proud that this team made it that far in the hardest competition in Europe. But now that we saw how we did in the competitions we played in, let's go see our player stats. So in the Serie A, the top scorer was Vlahovic with 30 goals, and we see our player Antoine Griezmann in 6th with 19, and also Bruno Fernandes in 13 with 16. So at least we have 2 of our players in the top 25. But for the most assists, our player Bruno Fernandes takes the award with 14, tied with McKennie from Juventus, but it does seem that he's in first, so we're gonna take the W. We also can see all the way down in 14th place, Odegaard with 6 assists, and for the most clean sheets, Magnan is first with 11, again tied with a different player, this time Providel from Lazio, but once again our player is first, so we're gonna take it. So now let's go see who was the best player out of the signings we made in the beginning of the season, and that was Antoine Griezmann. Even though he had a -2 in his overall rating, he played 54 games, made 24 goals, and 6 assists. It's not the best stats, but he was the best. We can see that Rodrigo had a +2 rating with 48 games, 17 goals, and 2 assists, so not bad from him either. Bruno Fernandes played 55 games, 24 goals, and 17 assists, so maybe he was the best player. Martin Odegaard played 52 games, 6 goals, and 10 assists with a +1 in his overall rating, so he had a pretty good season. And then Frimpong, our right wing back, played 55 games, made 5 goals and 2 assists with a +2 in his rating, and his stats are actually pretty good considering that he's a right back. Now let's go see who was the best player out of the original players we had already in the squad. And no shocker, it was Rafael Leao, now an 88 overall with 54 games, 15 goals, and 10 assists. It's not the best stats. I expected a bit better from him to be honest, but it is what it is. So overall, sadly Zlatan Ibrahimovic as manager for AC Milan wasn't it, because we didn't complete none of the 3 objectives that we had, which was winning the Serie A domestic cup, and the Champions League. So let me know in the comments below if y'all want to see a different takeover with a different team, or any other ideas I should do. That being said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Like and subscribe y'all, and I'm out. Peace.